A hungry fox spots the juiciest grapes, but they're just too high to reach. Will he find a way? Or will he decide they weren't worth it after all? Get ready for The Fox Who Said No to Grapes.
One sunny morning, a clever little fox with soft red fur, bright black eyes, and fluffy white paws was trotting through a green, leafy forest. He was feeling happy and a little bit hungry. Suddenly, he saw something wonderful. High above, hanging from a thick vine on a tall, gnarled tree, was a big bunch of sparkling, purpley red grapes. Oh, they looked so juicy and sweet! The fox imagined a yummy taste in his mouth. He could almost smell their sugary scent dancing in the warm air. His tummy rumbled with excitement. He gazed and gazed at the grapes. They were perfectly round and glimmered in the sun, just waiting to be picked. Yum, yum, thought the fox. He really, really wanted those grapes, but they were hanging very, very high up, too high for him to reach easily. He backed up a little bit, wiggled his fluffy tail, and then, boing! He jumped with all his might. But the grapes stayed right where they were. He missed them by a long, long way. The fox didn't give up. He walked a little further away, then took a running leap, flying through the air. But swish! He fell short again. Not even a tiny grape touched his paws. He tried again and again. He panted a little, feeling tired, but the grapes just seemed to swing playfully, teasing him from their high branch. Finally, after many tries, the little fox felt very hot and very, very tired. He sighed a big sigh and sat down with a thud, looking up at the grapes. His bright eyes weren't curious anymore. Now they looked a little sad and then quite cross. HMPH, he huffed, puffing out his cheeks. What a silly fox I am, he grumbled to himself. Here I am, jumping and bouncing for grapes that are probably sour and yucky anyway. Not worth all this trouble. He shook his head and stood up slowly. Who wants sour grapes? He said, trying to sound like he didn't care at all. He turned his back on the juicy bunch. And then off he walked, very slowly at first, then a little quicker, holding his head up high. He tried to look very important and like he never even wanted those grapes. Even though he pretended not to care, deep down, the fox still really wanted those grapes. But sometimes, when things are too hard to get, we tell ourselves we didn't want them anyway. The real lesson for the little fox is that it's okay to try your very best, even if you don't get what you wish for, and it's okay if things are sometimes too high to reach.
Ever dreamed of being the hero? Now you get to be the star. Your adventure starts at TalesMio. Visit talesmio.com now.